Hey guys, it's Neil from Ultra Mobility, and today we're going to do an interior walkthrough of my 2023 Panoramic RV from Panoramic out of Canada. And we're standing in the sliding doorway here looking inside this beautiful unit. This Panoramic is built on the 2022 Ram chassis platform. So that means that this has all the beautiful upgraded cab safety features and everything. We're going to do a separate video about the new 2022 Ram ProMaster and all of its new features. It pretty much brings it on par, up to par with the Sprinter, the Mercedes Sprinter. I think the cab has a much more refined automotive look to it. I especially like the induction charger down here. Charge your phone. I like having two USB-A and USB-C ports over here and wireless Apple CarPlay there. You also have a digital dashboard over here, and lots of room up here. Lots of storage on the side pockets. Are very deep down here. There's two levels. These seats are very comfy. I've driven 10 hours in them. These are manual seats, but they are 10-way adjustable, so you can pretty much find the position that makes you most comfortable in this van. You sit up nice and high, and with front wheel drive, you sit really forward over the front wheels, so turning radius is excellent, and you don't feel like the nose of the ProMaster is sticking out really far where you can't really see if you're going to hit something. It's nice being cab forward like that. It's very useful. The rear view mirror is digital. Here it's off right now, so it's just a regular mirror, but when it turns on, there's a camera, two cameras actually in the back. One that looks straight back. It is adjustable. The rear view mirror one can go up or down, but there's also a 360-degree view camera that lets you see down toward the tow hitch, so you can be watching what's going on there. There's a beautiful, one of my favorite things about the Panoramic is this skylight. So when you come in, it really feels open. You've got, unlike other RVs that are built on the ProMaster with the front lounge layout, Panoramic has opted for these enormous windows. They're not the little tiny ones that are about half this size that are plastic. These are actual C.R. Lawrence automotive glass, just ginormous windows. The two windows down here are awning type windows, so they open outward like this, which is nice on a day like this when it's raining. We have accent LED lighting, another strip of accent lighting down below, two spotlights there. This particular Panoramic, I opted for two televisions. So there's one smart TV, so there's one up front here. It has Netflix and Amazon and all that stuff, and then there's a Fire TV in the back that we'll see in a moment. So these seats swivel around, so you can turn them around, and four people can kind of be in this lounge. You can pull out this little knobby here, and when you do that, I can't do it because I need both my hands. That little this piece can flip out and come out to here, and so the passenger seat has their own little workstation, their own little eating area, and then everyone else has their own little eating area. This table also, I don't know if you can see it, there's a railing above that it's connected to and a railing below, and so you can move this table and move it down so it's seat level, and then this cushion kind of pushes out, and then you get a little bed for a child or a day bed up front here if you want to use it for that. Also, this table can disconnect from here, and here on the sliding door, you can connect it right here. So if you want to have an outside table. Now, I used to carry a portable outside table with me, and I don't need to do that anymore because I've got this table that I can just put outside. Instead, in the garage, there's a big garage underneath the bed down there, I've got two folding chairs that I can just put outside, and along with the table, then we can eat outside. This is a workstation as well, so you've got two AC outlets over there, And then right above there, that little black circular thing, this is USB. So if you want to charge a couple USB devices, you can charge there. We have storage up above here. I don't really put anything up here. I do put my bag up here and grocery bags and stuff like that. The blinds, I love these blinds. It's so simple. These are the blinds that go across the front windows. I'll show you how to do that one day. And the door windows up here at night. And I opted for those versus the big, bulky, super insulated ones because I always opt simpler is better. And so this blind just has little magnets, and they snugly fit along each side door here window, and then it just drapes across the front using the sun visors. You flip them forward, it holds it in place there, and it works beautifully. It's lightweight, it does a job, it's super simple, nothing's going to go wrong. The track arms aren't going to break. It's just, it works. So I'm always for simplicity. You know, my Pleasure Way had a simple setup where they just had a curtain rod across here, and they had basically a shower curtain, and you would just pull the shower curtain across. And I love that setup too. It worked really well. You know, a lot of times we don't need these complicated setups. There's ducted heating in the coach. So we have one heating vent right here, and then we have another heating vent right here. And then there's a heating vent here, heating vent in the bathroom, and a heating vent underneath inside the garage area. Above the lounge, we have two cabinets. Now, we're going to go through how I pack my RV, but you're going to see I don't put a lot of stuff in here. I just have my iPad. There's a Bose portable speaker here, a USB camera, or sorry, a USB candle. Over here, this is pretty much empty. I just right now have the manuals here because I'm the type of guy that likes to read all the manuals. So I've got all the manuals here, the remote control. This is the WeBoost Wi-Fi. We're going to do a test of that and see if that actually works. And we're going to review it, but I did opt for that because I wanted to review that. This is my gimbal for when I do videos for you guys. This is your LCD flat screen TV. Now, you'll notice also that these are all proper positive latching. Please look for that, folks, in your RV. You don't want to be going down the road and having these doors flip open on you and then all the stuff pour out. Also, the TV is positive latching. It's not going anywhere. There's a little positive latch right here. You just release it. Back behind the TV is an outlet, and up in there as well, there's a whole coach Wi-Fi router back there, which I use. So I've set that up. It knows to find the, either my phone or some other Wi-Fi access point, and then all the devices, the TV, everything else inside the coach just connects up to the Panoramic whole coach Wi-Fi. And I like that feature. It just makes it a little bit easier, and everything's connected up to one thing. As we turn around inside of the lounge here, I love this two lounge layout, by the way. It's just, it makes a big difference. The ProMaster, I'm loving the ProMaster. I came from two Sprinters before, and with the new cab upgrade, which makes it on par with Mercedes in terms of all the gizmos and safety features and all that, the ProMaster is 1.5 feet longer than the Sprinter, but it's 4 inches wider. And so that extra space allows you to have a truly usable front lounge. Now, some people put a front lounge on the 144-inch, 19-foot, 144-inch wheelbase Sprinter. The problem with that is the lounge is teeny tiny, the bathroom is teeny tiny, and then the bed, they have to blow out these back windows here in order to give you the extra 4 inches so that you can sleep laterally. So it's really a compromise. But on the ProMaster, you've got these nearly vertical sidewalls, 4 inches more of width, and 1.5 feet of length that gives you truly enough space to put two very livable areas on this van. And Panoramic has done a great job down to the inch of measuring everything and making it just really work for you. That you can see they beveled out, or they angled out this table so that it makes it a little bit easier to get into the cab. You can see here in the walkway, they widen it as you get back toward the bedroom here. So they take advantage of the extra space created because this bench seat is here, which allows 2 people to seat. They take advantage in the bathroom of pushing this wall out a little bit closer. Here you can see the diagonal line, so that there's just more standing room and shoulder room here when you're in the bathroom. Okay, so just really, really well designed. I was going to show you these panels up here. This is the newly redesigned control panel. It is not multiplex wiring, and I don't mind it so much. I mean, honestly, some of these things I don't use all the time, like the solar panel controller and stuff like that. So I would almost prefer some of this stuff to be hidden away. I don't need to see it all the time. You know, these buttons over here for your battery disconnect and for gas disconnect, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, I like the new animation that they do. Yeah. That's just a little touch. It's very nice. Okay. That is your Victron Energy. That's telling you the status of your batteries, what the charge of your batteries is. This is the solar controller. It's winter. We only have 0.4 amps coming in right now. This is your inverter, 3000 watt inverter. And these are all your tank levels here, your pump. This controls your awning. Down below on this side, we've got lighting controls. Now what's cool is these aren't wired. These are all remote control. So technically you could move these wherever you want, but they're nicely located here. This controls the outside awning. This one controls the inside overhead lights, and this one controls the accent lighting. This is where I keep my silverware, cooking stuff down here. And then I like that Panoramic has given you a trash can and a place to put trash can. I found that I had a bunch of extra ones of these Simple Human C type bags, fit really well inside this trash can, like perfectly. And I've had RVs that didn't have a dedicated area for a trash can, and it was a pain. It's made my life a lot easier having a dedicated area for the trash can. And speaking of dedicated areas, this is another feature Panoramic that I really appreciate. This is the shoe cubby. So there's a place for all your shoes. I'm the top rack. My partner has the bottom rack. These are cool. I'm going to put these in the link. These are actually silicone dish drying racks that I bought, and they work perfect as shoe mats inside of here, because you can just take these out, spray them off, wash them, because they're inevitably going to get dirty, but they work really well as they fit perfectly inside of here. These are 18 by 12 inches. So I'll also put a link for that in my description. Then you have the bench seat actually comes up, but I don't have anything in that area back there. You could, normally that's where the lithium batteries are, but I upgraded to the 400 amp hours, so they pulled them out of there and put them in the garage. So that's just an empty space. But I'm the type of RVer who, I'm gonna shut the door because it's really cold outside. I'm the type of RVer that I'm a minimalist. I don't like having just every little nook and cranny jam-packed full of stuff. I do have some stuff down there. We'll go through that in the walkthrough. There are 2 3-point seat belts here. So if you want to carry some passengers with you, I don't know if you'd want to go on 8 or 9 hour trips. I'd have to try it. I don't know how comfortable these seats are. They're plenty comfortable for if you're just going around town, if you're going on 1 or 2 hours. I've taken guests. They haven't complained. They said they were plenty comfortable. But I don't know long term how comfortable they would be. We'd have to try that out. Moving into the Galley. I love the Galley on this thing. First of all, again, massive amounts of windows. And nice amount of prep cook space. There's an extra pull-out extension here if you want to have some more cooking room, you can. This is the Dometic. I like the style of this. This is the Dometic cooktop. Has a little more residential feel with the grill. 2-burner. This sink is beautiful. Sorry, I just did my dishes. But it's very deep. It's nice and wide. You can get a pan in there, plates and things like that. And listen, do this when you go into RVs. Listen to how solid that sounds. That is sound deadening underneath. These are the same type of sinks that they put in private jets. And you can tell the quality is very good. I want you to do that, by the way, when you go look at an RV. This is an important one. Hit the walls. Just like that, okay? Hit the walls, and they should, listen to that. They should sound solid. If they're ringing or rattling, or you hear wires back there, or water tubes and stuff like they're rattling, that's not a good sign. It should be, you know, these should be solid sounding. Okay, these are very solid sounding. So, you know, do that with the sink. You can get an idea of what the build quality is. I like the residential faucet here. You've got a AC outlet here connected to the inverter. By the way, all the outlets in the rig are connected to the inverter. Some coaches, this is another thing to look out for. Some coaches, maybe only one outlet is connected to the inverter. The other outlets need you to either have the generator on, or you need to be connected to shore power. On the Panoramic, whenever you turn on the inverter, every outlet is turned on. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, it's very convenient. This little, you can customize this with your own picture. This is a mirror for when you're in the bathroom, which, by the way, is across the way here. We'll get to that in just a second. Not a convection microwave, just a microwave good enough for me. Panoramic used to not have microwaves. I asked them, please put a microwave in. It's just so efficient at heating water and popcorn and all types of other stuff. And you know what? There's still room down below here in this wardrobe closet. Down here I have my little electric steam oven. It fits in perfectly there. That's my Nespresso maker. They fit under there nicely. This is your closet. I love the way, see, the light turns on and off automatically. That happens for various cupboards inside the Panoramic. Clever little thought there. This is your nice size Norcold compressor refrigerator. It looks like the white monolith from 2001. And I don't have a lot of stuff in here. We're getting ready for a road trip, so I will. Speaking of which, I gotta pull this out because it's gotta go back inside the house. We're going to be going on a road trip, but it's a nice, good size refrigerator, deep compartment down here, and a proper freezer. Man, it's so nice to have a proper freezer where you can get a pint of ice cream in there. This particular refrigerator is very quiet, but even if at night you want a little more quiet, you just hit this button and it'll run the motor that runs the compressor just at a lower speed, and the blower as well quiets down a little bit. Big drawer. I keep all of our cleaning supplies and stuff down here. This is the wine rack. I've actually found a great use for it. I don't drink wine, but I drink bottled water, and I don't like plastic bottles. I like glass. So this fits these glass bottles. It's designed for glass bottles of wine, but it fits perfectly our glass bottles of water. Luxury, as well as having a pull-out pantry. We always just keep kind of our pantry stocked. So at the top shelf here has teas, and then you can see as we go down, heavier stuff always goes at the bottom. This is positive locking, but Panoramic was smart and they put a secondary pin lock right here. So when you know that you're going to be on mountain roads or something, you just turn that like that, and it is now double pin locked. So there's no way that pantry is going to fly open if you've got a lot of heavy stuff in there. We have a fantastic, this is a fantastic, I don't think it's fantastic. This is a Max X fan. This is one of the nicer fans that you can get in an RV because you can set the temperature. There's a remote control. You can set the temperature, and then this fan will adjust its speed accordingly. Also can be used in the rain, which is lovely. You can also change the direction, have it bring outside air in. And it has an extremely low speed. So when I'm cooking, I like to turn this on to extremely low. It just turns really silently, and then I crack open one of these windows, and man, it works great. It just pulls the outside air in. Any steam and anything that's in the kitchen just exhausts right up there and goes out of the RV. Here's your bathroom. I got to be honest with you, I fell in love with the Panoramic because of its bathroom. It's just so clean and modern, and you love being inside of here. This bath mat comes with it, and just a big window, privacy shade there. This is your shower controls. This is the updated one, so you can just kind of set the temperature over here once, and then once you set your temperature, then you don't never have to like fiddle with it again. You just turn the water on and off here. You can, there's a holder here if you want to stand up and place it up here. There's a holder up here. I've taken the shower curtain down just for now, just because I like it. It's cleaner looking. And normally when I take a shower in the van anyways, I'm not taking like a full-on shower that you take in your house. I'm sitting on the toilet. I'm using this thing. I'm rinsing myself down. Water's not splashing around everywhere. I might take the toilet roll paper just down just so it doesn't get wet. And then I'm lathering up, washing myself, and then rinsing off again. So most of the water stays contained down here, and so I just found I didn't need the shower curtain. I've got it on board, and you can put it back up, but I think it's cleaner. Nice feature. You can just hang your towels or any bathing suits and things like that up here, and then flip it up and get it out of the way. This little cubby is new. It's perfect for our toiletries, and this is a little thing I got at Rite Aid that was a pencil case for a kid. It was like $5, and it fits perfectly our toothbrushes and toothpaste and dental floss right in there. And then you got more cabinet space up here. This is just our towels and then soaps and stuff like that. Nice, these are nice modern looking doors. Okay, moving on back. As we come back to the bedroom, I'll be honest with you. I'm willing to admit my mistakes. I was never sold on a permanent bed in the back. I always thought it was inefficient. I always thought, you know what, it makes a lot more sense to have a lounge in the back, and then, better use of space. A big lounge, you convert it into a big bedroom, a big bed, right? Well, I had two RVs. I had a Road Trek and a Pleasureway that both had the real lounge / bedroom layout, and in both of them, I just could never grow to like it. And so when the Panoramic came with the permanent bed, I got to tell you, and I'm here to tell you, I've changed my mind. I love having the permanent bed. This is the way it's always kept, just like this. And we use it a lot more than I thought outside of sleeping at night. So, someone wants to take a day nap, someone wants to just come back here and read. It's just another space that or they want to watch YouTube or watch a movie. There's a second TV back here, or Amazon Fire Stick TV. So it actually is beyond sleeping, which is very comfortable, by the way. This has a very comfortable mattress. I find this bed much more comfortable than the bed that I had in my Ascent, which was basically a sofa that folded down, but you had all those seams and everything, and I could never get comfortable. And so when you wanted to be comfortable, you had to put like a foam mattress topper, and then that thing had to be stored up in the cabinets above here. It took up the whole rear cabinet because this thing's so heavy and so big, and it was cumbersome to get out, cumbersome to set up, and then tear down at the end of the morning to set the place up into a lounge. Having this permanent bed, it feels like a bed. It's comfortable. There's enough space because it's a ProMaster. You've got this extra 4 inches of width here, so you can, as long as you're relatively, if you're 6'3", you're not going to sleep this way. But if you're 6 foot, or me like 5'10", you're not going to have a problem sleeping laterally this way. You got lots of windows all around, so if there's no one around you, you can just keep the blinds up, and windows for for ventilation. It's a great setup and it's a great bed. And we, like I said, we still use it for other things as well. I bought this electric blanket. It's the best purchase. I'm going to put the link for you down in the description. This thing really heats up if you set this thing to like level 5. Like it gets so hot you can't even like it's going to leave griddle marks on you. But if it's really cold outside, you can put it to level 1. I think it probably draws about 100, maybe a little less than 100 watts of power, maybe 75, 70, 60 watts of power, something like that, which is nothing, especially when you have the size amp hour batteries that I have. And man, that thing is nice and toasty warm here. Sometimes just to keep the bed warm, we'll turn it up, turn it on, climb in back here, watch a movie. It's really, I think everyone should get one of these. It's they're really efficient, and they're really comfy, and they make your RV living experience just that much better. Over here, we've got, these are those little light controls, so you can control them from back here. That's the control for that fan that I told you about over the Galley. And then this is your combined heater and air conditioner control. So I like having that, since they're both by Truma, you don't have a separate one for the air conditioner. You can just set the temperature in here once and say, I want it to maintain, for instance, at 63, and it'll automatically control the heater or the air conditioner, whatever it needs to do. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that air conditioner. This is the upgraded Truma Aventa air conditioner. It's kind of slim profile here, I have to tell you. So let me tell you this. I never used the air conditioner in either of my Pleasure Way or my Road Trek. It was that cheap Dometic one. You'll never use it either. If you get an RV with that cheap Dometic air conditioner in it, it's too loud, it's very power hungry, and you're going to need to either be plugged into shore power or start your generator. So if your generator is running and that Dometic rooftop air conditioner is running, it's so loud inside the RV you can't think, let alone sleep. This Aventa is DC powered, and it runs off the lithium batteries, and it's really quiet. I mean, it's probably 4 or 5 times as quiet as the Dometic air conditioner. Now, I haven't tested it long term. I just tested it when I got it. We were down in LA, down in Simi Valley, and so it was a little bit warmer. So I did test it, and it worked just as well. It was beautiful. It cooled off the van, and you could actually have a conversation inside the van. It was not at all intrusive. The sound wasn't intrusive, and because it's DC, it's very efficient. So I know, again, I'm willing to admit I was very negative on the idea of big lithium batteries and air conditioners. Hence the reason why I plopped down $11,000 extra when I bought this RV, is to get it, because I really want to test it and have firsthand experience as to what it's like. But I'll tell you, at least from a noise level, this thing it rocks and it's usable. And from that standpoint, it's great. Now, whether or not the 400 plus amp hour of lithium batteries that I have is enough to run it for any meaningful amount of time, whether or not I'm actually going to need it, because I don't necessarily travel with pets, we'll see. That'll all happen in the summer. But I like the low profile aspect of this, and I like the fact that it's quiet. And I do need an air conditioner. I debated putting another skylight like the one they have in the front here. I debated putting another skylight back here, but Phil convinced me and said, you know what, it's probably a good idea to try this new Aventa out, and because if I'm ever going to go to hot climates, then I'll need an air conditioner. All right, these are our dressers, basically. So my partner's side is this, and my side is that. We always carry all of our clothes in here, so we never have to pack clothes when we go on an RV trip. It's just hop in the RV and hit the road. So that's what those are. I appreciate the fact that they put these little cubbies in here. You can use them for books. I put my Kindle in here. You can put your phones in here. Our watches, at the end of the day, we stick in here as well, because there's USB charging here. You can just have everything charging there. There's another over there. You can put a little adapter in there for the DC cigarette lighter charger and run and have charging over there. So I appreciate the fact that Panoramic added those. Down below here is your garage. I don't have a lot of stuff in our garage. I don't want to carry a lot. So those are the folding chairs. This thing at the bottom here is the ladder, the telescoping ladder that comes with, well, I ordered it for the Panoramic. Those are leveling blocks. I don't think I'm ever going to use those. That's just my YouTube camera equipment bag. And that's about it back here. Some of this stuff, well, like the leveling blocks, I'm probably taking out of here just because I don't need them. There's another heater vent down here. Over on this side, this is where all your electronics are, your breaker panels down there. You have your 3,000 watt Xantrax inverter over there and 400 and some lithium hours of batteries. It's all over here. And this side over here is your 35-gallon fresh water tank. All, by the way, everything in this RV is all the plumbing and the fresh water tank and everything's all inside the cab so it won't freeze. Your gray and black water tanks are outside, but I'm less concerned about those. Oh, look at that. There's a little outlet back here. That's what we have our electric blanket plugged into. Slat system on the bed. And I love this. They gave you the little awning. That's the manual awning control. The awning is electric. You normally don't need that, but I'll tell you, on my Pleasure Way, we had a problem with the awning one time at a campground, and we couldn't get the awning retracted back in, and so obviously you can't go driving down the highway with your awning fully extended. So we were stuck at the campground, and we had to wait for the park service because even the camp host didn't have the right tool to crank in the awning. So we had to wait for the park service to come out with the right tool, and it took us 3 or 4 extra hours, but we finally did get the awning cranked in. So nice that Pleasure Way actually just boop, puts the awning crank right there. See, that's the end piece right there. You can see there. So it's nice that and thoughtful that they put that in there for you. At least I'm appreciative of it, having made the mistake of not having it and having the awning get stuck. You never think the awning's going to get stuck, but you know, it happens. Lots of windows back here. Okay, so they have all types of thoughtful touches, like little hooks here, you know, just things that make sense. It's very obvious to me that Phil and his family actually go RVing. They use their products. They use their RVs, and they incrementally improve them over time. So these hooks are obviously something that they put in because from using it, they found that they needed them. You know, cutting out this little section here was, you know, an idea, obviously, because they found that they, you know, gives them a little better access to the cab. So this is something I love about Panoramic. You know, they are actually RVers. They use their own products, and they, you know, travel along in them, and then they experience, like you and I do, any of the deficiencies, and then they go back to the factory and the drawing board, literally, and they fix it. So that's my quick tour of the inside of my Panoramic RV. I didn't go inside every nook and cubby. I just wanted to kind of highlight for you, for those of you who don't know the Panoramic, the build quality, you know, why I chose the Panoramic, the layout, those types of things. And I'm going to do a different video talking about how I pack the RV. So we'll go through actually each one of the drawers and the storage areas, and we'll see what do I actually bring with me? Why do I bring it with me? Why do I not bring certain things with me? And how do I pack it? Where do I put it? So that'll be a different video. But hopefully, you know, you guys got a good, you know, idea of this Panoramic. This is a 2023 Panoramic, and what it looks like and feels like inside. This is also not a review yet. I will do a review, but this is not a review. This is just a walkthrough. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I do my best to, at least the first 2 days that a video is released, I do my best to answer every single question and get back to people. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.